Mike, let's jump right into the picks. One of the games of the week, Oregon traveling to Ohio State. Ohio State, a 14.5-point favorite. Who do you like?
Yeah, you know what? Everything tells me to take Oregon because it's 14 and a hook, but no, I'm taking Ohio State. Thibodeau's not 100%. Oregon got carved up a little bit by Fresno. Those receivers, CJ Stroud in his second game, they're going to put up big points. So I'm going to take Ohio State to cover that line.
Yeah, I don't think Oregon can score with Ohio State. 14.5 is too much. That's an insane line. Give me the Ducks to cover that 14.5. I like Ohio State to win. Rapid fire here. Alabama State at Auburn. 51.5. That's a big number, Mike.
That's it. I'm taking Alabama State. I'm just saying 2 turnovers by Auburn and you cover.
I agree. Let's go with the HBCU route. I'm taking the Hornets, I think is their logo.
Yeah, I think they are the Hornets.
Florida at USF, a 28.5-point favorite on the road. Who do you like, Mike?
I like South Florida to cover this. I know they don't look good. I know they got croaked by NC State 45-0, but it's going to be hot as heck. 90 degrees plus. Florida's offense doesn't impress me that much. I told everybody Anthony Richardson's a better quarterback than Emory Jones, but nobody listens. But I don't think they can put up enough points to cover that. I think they'll win 3 touchdowns or more, but I don't think they cover 28.5.
Yeah, USF is terrible, as we mentioned last week. They got killed last week. But I think this one will be tight, close, and the half point scares me off, so I'll take the Bulls as well. MTSU at Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, a 20-point favorite.
All right, letdown game. MTSU is going to cover this spread. It's 20, so Virginia Tech will win the football game, maybe by a couple touchdowns, but this is going to be a little bit of a letdown after beating UNC.
I actually liked MTSU, but I'm going to fade you. I'm going to take Virginia Tech to win by 3 scores. Toledo at Notre Dame. Notre Dame only a 17-point favorite. Seems a little low.
It is a little low. They put up points against Florida State, but they struggled. I'm taking Toledo to cover this line. I don't really have a good reason, though. Do I have to have a good reason?
No. I'm going to take Notre Dame because Jack Cohn is the best quarterback on the face of the earth, according to Joe Tessitore.
Right.
So
good call.
Give me Cohn. This is an interesting game. Texas A&M traveling to Colorado. Colorado getting 17 points at home. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, you gotta like the home dog here. I mean, 17's a lot. Texas A&M, Haynes King looked good in his debut. Their defense is nasty. You got to assume Colorado's going to be held to 10. Actually, you know what? Colorado's going to be held to 10. Wipe it out. Texas A&M is going to cover 30-10.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
I just talked myself into that because the defense is so good.
I like Colorado. I like their new quarterback. I like the altitude. Oh, the altitude's going to be a factor here. I would take that into play if I were betting on this one. So give me the Buffaloes. UAB at Georgia. The line's moving around on this game. JT Daniels, questionable. Georgia, 25.5-point favorite, Mike.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, UAB is not a horrible football team. They're going to be a difficult team to deal with for a little bit. Georgia's offense looked horrible. JT Daniels not playing might actually be good. Who knows? Brock Vandegrift could be the guy. But I'm going to take UAB to cover because that's a big line. And the over-under on this is 45, man. I mean, you have to take the over, even though Georgia's defense looked amazing. UAB is going to score, I don't know, at least 13, 17 points.
Yeah, I like UAB's quarterback. I like the way they looked in week 1 at Jacksonville State. But you know what? I'm going to take the Dogs. I just think they're going to force some turnovers, and that'll give them 14 points there. They can get 14 more on offense in terms of outscoring the Blazers. Murray State at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, the most overrated team in the nation besides Iowa State, 35.5-point favorites.
Cincinnati is going to cover, and you're absolutely wrong. They are not an overrated football team. I know Desmond Ritter's up and down, very erratic. They have maybe 4 guys that are, top 3 round players in the NFL. So I think I think Cincinnati's going to cover that, and I do not think they're overrated.
All right, they're ranked too high. Number 7, get out of here. I'll take them to cover though. Anyway, Ball State at Penn State. Penn State 22.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I'm going to take Penn State. They missed a few opportunities against Wisconsin. Jahan Dotson was wide open a couple times. I think Sean Clifford actually delivers those footballs this time at home. I like Penn State to win this one. Ball State's going to try to keep it on the ground and use their short passing game and try to sort of keep that offense off the field. But I really love what I saw from Penn State's defense as well. So I got Penn State.
I'm going to take Ball State. I know Penn State's always good for some weird game where they're kicking a last-second field goal or something. It's either going to be that or they're going to win by 50. So I'll take a flyer on Chirp. Mercer at Alabama. Alabama 56.5-point favorite.
Alabama. No need to explain. No need to talk any further.
All right, same for me. Game of the week, maybe number 10 Iowa at Iowa State. Iowa State a 4.5 home favorite. I mean, that's disrespectful to Iowa, in my opinion.
I like Iowa in this. I thought the Indiana game would be a little bit closer. Tyler Goodson's a heck of a running back. Was not. He didn't put them in trouble. Their defense is good. Offensive and it can control the game. I'm really not impressed with what I saw from Iowa State again against Northern Iowa. And I do think they're overrated. I agree with you on this one, but I'll take Iowa to cover.
Yeah, I like Iowa to win outright there. A couple lightning round. South Carolina State at Clemson, 45.5.
Clemson.
Okay, we'll both take the Tigers there. Western Carolina at Oklahoma.
What's the line?
46.5.
And not that it matters, Oklahoma. I shouldn't even ask that question. Oklahoma. I don't know why I did. I just there's no line on my ESPN thing here, so I don't know.
All right, Texas, number 15 at Arkansas. Arkansas 7-point home underdog.
Arkansas to cover, maybe win outright. I know they didn't look good in their opener, but this is a trap game for Texas. I think this could be Sark's first loss.
I agree. This one's sticky, but I'm going to take Texas to cover. I just don't think Arkansas can score with the Texas offense. Eastern Michigan at Wisconsin, 26-point favorite, the Badgers.
I'll take Wisconsin because they're going to be angry. They're going to try to show that Graham Mertz doesn't suck. The offensive line is going to be ticked off because they got moved around a bit. Chaz Malusi will probably put up 225 yards, and they'll roll over Eastern Michigan.
I like Eastern Michigan. They're always frisky. These MAC teams are always frisky. 26 points is too much. I like them to cover. App State at Miami. Miami a 9-point favorite.
App State to cover, maybe even win.
Boy, I'm conflicted. I want to agree with you, but I'm going to go ahead and take Miami, even though my boy Chase Bryce, I'll be rooting hard for him against the U. Austin P at Ole Miss. We got no line on this one. Ole Miss just going to blow them out, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't need a line.
Georgia State at North Carolina. This one's a little tricky. North Carolina, 26-point favorite.
See, it's not to me because I think North Carolina is going to, again, kind of do not the same offense, but kind of do what Wisconsin did. They're going to be upset. They're going to be angry. They're going to want to run it up. Sam Howell's going to throw for 5 touchdowns. Ty Chandler's going to rush for 150 yards, and they're going to destroy Georgia State.
All right, real quick. We're running out of time. Mike, number 21, Utah at BYU.
I'm going to take BYU. Give me 7 points. BYU at home. That's an easy one for me.
I like BYU outright to break their 9-game losing streak, which they would have broken last year if Zach Wilson would have played. Stanford at USC. Huge favorite, USC 17 points.
Yeah, Stanford stinks. I'm going to take USC. I think they cover this with, Keaton Slovis. Drake London can't be covered by anybody at Stanford. They can run the football now. I'd take a USC.
Yeah, I'm going to take Stanford there with Tanner McKee playing. Last but not least, UNLV at Arizona State, 33.5-point favorite.
I'm going to take Arizona State because UNLV is horrible.
Give me the Rebels. That wraps it up for this week's show. Be sure to check us out on YouTube every week, making picks. YouTube.com/rivals features. Thanks, Mike.